That shit's crazy. All right. We are live, straight politicking on all you ninjas, and I'm posted up here with Munchie B, the mayor. What's poppin', man?
Oh man,
Contenting, huh?
content.
We're gonna talk about some of your latest content that you posted today in a minute. But I wanted to. We got a couple topics on the table. I wanted to talk about faux extras asking for 50 racks for an interview. I want to talk about some of these funny photos that Blueface has posted on his Instagram from prison recently. And we had a 15-year-old kid killed in a gang shooting here in Los Angeles near the corner of Rimpaw and Washington. And then lastly, Florida. They out of control with the executions. They're about to execute a brother named Michael Bell. He'll be the 8th one executed this year. They got a 9th one.
In the 7th month.
Yeah, and but first thing I want to talk about, when I was driving in this morning, I saw a gas station that said $3.99. It's the first $3 I've seen in months, because we've been hovering around 4.20, 4.30, 4.50, and hey, we might be used to these prices, but when you travel outside of California,
Way lower.
gas prices is way lower. So I've been seeing like $4 between 4.30 and 4.50 for most of the year, the end of 2024 and the beginning of this year. And then I noticed it was dipping down to like 4.19, 4.09, and I saw 3.99. I just wanted to take a picture of it and celebrate it, man, because man, these gas prices are out of control out here in Cali.
I know people come on vacation and pull in they rentals and they be like, damn, they trying to fill up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're like California tripping.
highest gas prices in the nation. It's because of the taxes. The gas itself is normally priced. We just got to pay way more taxes on our gas than other states do.
I mean, if you can make it in California, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, man, for sure. And that's why a lot of people tap out. They move out here from another state. Ooh, I'm going to go out there and chase my dreams. And then a year, 2 years later, they realize, man, this is not working out the way I wanted to. And they go right back to where they came from.
What was that saying? They come on vacation, leave on probation.
Yeah.
You come out here trying to live your life and have to pick up a sack to pay the rent.
Or you might end up strung out on some dope on Hollywood. You realize that this is not a place that you can play with. You start to self-medicate, and then you're on the streets. Now it could be downtown LA. It could be anywhere now, but back in the day, it used to be you went to Hollywood Boulevard and got strung out. Now Hollywood Boulevard is all cleaned up and nice and gentrified, and
See, I think everywhere cleaned up and gentrified now.
that's crazy because I used to go to Hollywood High, so I used to walk up and down Hollywood Boulevard in the '80s, and that place was a dump, man. It was literally a slum walking up and down Hollywood Boulevard. People strung out, homeless people. You would see people getting high right there on the sidewalk. All the prostitutes was walking the street. All the hoes. There was a little hostro right on Yucca Avenue, which was one block north of Hollywood Boulevard. There used to be a Burger King right on the corner of Highland and Yucca. You go up to the Burger King, it'd be about 3-4 hoes.
What part of Hollywood is this?
This is the heart of Hollywood.
No, like what's like West Side?
Well, there's only
West Hollywood is a lot of homosexuals. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Okay, so you got West Hollywood, which is to the west of the part I'm talking about. Then you just got regular Hollywood,
You got North.
and then you got East Hollywood, and then North Hollywood is a whole different section. It ain't even connected to this. You got to drive at like 20 minutes to get to North Hollywood. But just the regular Hollywood, man, it's surprising to see all the changes they made to it over the years since, being that I witnessed it firsthand, all the homelessness, all the don't want to say that word. What's the proper word for the transmissions?
Transgenders.
Transgenders, boy. I used to see transgenders all the time. When I was in high school, I used to slip up, make mistakes, and be like, "Hey, she's so fine," and they used to tap me. "Oh, no, 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 that ain't a woman over there, Alex." So just seeing that every day after school was an experience, and I got to learn about that pretty quickly.
Hey, I stand on. Let's just say if a transgender was to get up on a young gentleman and lead a club and give him some head, and he unaware that that's a man, I believe that transgender need to go to jail for rape. because that wasn't consensual.
Yeah, and back then that's how they did it.
It need to be a name for that.
They didn't let you know back then.
Because I just learned a term called stealthing. You know what that is?
Nah.
So if I'm having sex with this girl, and then I slide the condom off and put it back in and don't tell her, at that point she'd consent to that. That's called stealthing, and that's a sex crime.
That's deep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I believe if because I'm not homophobic by far, but I might be a tad bit transphobic, bro, because they getting work done so good, they passing themselves off as women. So, they lucky I'm not the president, put it like that, because they will have an identifying mark, like a barcode on their forehead tatted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with technology nowadays, the trans community could look like almost 95% like a woman. The thing that I learned early on to look at to give it away is the hands.
And them knuckles.
You can't change your hands.
They bust them knuckles down.
You know, you see a woman. I was at the post office a few years back.
Face look like a brick.
And met a Latina woman, and we were just chopping it up in the lobby of the post office, and I just looked at the hands, and I was like, oh, wow.
His name Albert.
This person is a straight tranny. Yep. So, yeah, just look at the hand.
Transgender.
Transgender. And you can't look at the throat as much as they used to say the throat gives it away. With little
everybody don't got a big old, that be more so white people with the big old Adam's apple that be going up and down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't look at my throat and just see, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Adam's apple thing, it works sometimes, but not all the time. So
that don't work, man.
The hands is,
like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Give me a pound. Hey, give me a pound. Everything.
All right. So, yeah, man, I made a mistake last week about Dunbar High School. There happens to be 2 Dunbar High Schools, but the Dunbar High School that Muggsy Bogues and the rest of those future NBA players went to was in Baltimore, Maryland. So my bad on that. I think I said it was in Virginia.
And I think they said this particular high school is surrounded by a gang of projects.
Yeah.
And I believe that's why they got so much talent, bro, because, you know, the talent come from the hood.
Yeah.
No, for real. And that's why Pete Carroll is my favorite coach, because when he was coaching at USC, he used to go to the schools himself and walking through them hallways at Crenshaw, at Jordan and Watson. You know what I'm saying? He go to the trenches himself. That made me a fan of Coach Carroll, like, off that.
Yeah, Coach Carroll actually used to come to the hood and do some sort of like gang intervention work too. He used to reach out and give out tickets to the college games, and he actually started a nonprofit here that still continues to this day with some new leaderships. I forgot what it was called. I think it was called a New LA.
None of us really were bad people. We were just raised in environments and in communities where our family didn't have the economic means to live in Beverly Hills. So what happened, we became products of those environments, from drugs to the dealers to whatever that was. We wanted to be the best at what we could.
Been fighting for 6 months trying to find a job, couldn't find a job, and he took me into the back room and said, see, there's my girl and my baby sleeping. So what am I supposed to do? I can't find a job. Nobody will hire me. I'll do anything to work. And it hit me like, he's right. Well, what would a man do?
A lot of us didn't care. We had nothing. So we did what we had to do to survive. Most of us joined gangs because that's the community we grew up in.
A Better LA was an organization to try and bring hope to the communities. We started to create a conversation with people who had never talked to one another. It just started with a dialogue. We started creating a common language that became very powerful.
You know, Skip used to mess with Pete Carroll as well, with his nonprofit.
I rock with Pete Carroll. He my favorite coach. You know what I'm saying, for a couple of reasons. I like he alright, now that he in the NFL, he need to stop being so spontaneous with his play calling. This ain't college. Like these professionals, they can sniff that out. The linemen even run fast. You know what I mean? Like this, his play calling is a little too spontaneous. Like, other than that, I rock with Pete Carroll.
Hey, yeah, it's hard to transition to college coaching to NFL coaching. Very few have been able to successfully do it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a dude from the Oklahoma Sooners, a coach many years ago, that transitioned to the NFL, and he did okay. I think the coach of the Dallas Cowboys that won all those titles with
What
Dion
year? Oh,
in the '90s.
about to say, because
Who was the coach of the I think he was a college coach. But yeah, it's a difficult transition. Because you could run all kind of fancy plays in college that will not work in the NFL.
yeah, they don't run options and
Yeah.
all that in the pros. Like, you feel me? They still reverses and all that though, no jet sweeps. But because I'm a cold football fan, I know football down to the science. That's my sport.
You don't remember the coach of the Cowboys? He's still on TV. He's kind of he does a lot of commentary, but he was the one that won all those titles with the Cowboys. I can't remember his name, but
I want to know, would that Cowboys team be considered the most talented roster in NFL history?
one of them for sure. I
You
mean,
had Troy Aikman, you had Emmitt Smith, you had Michael Irvin, you had Deion Sanders. Come on, I'm missing one more. It was another receiver on the other side of him. Man, they had a cold squad, bro.
Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson was the coach of that team.
Mm-hmm.
I bumped into what was the wide receiver's name you just mentioned? That was on
Michael
that
Irvin,
I bumped into Michael Irvin in New York City a couple months ago.
playmaker.
He was getting out of I guess an Uber or a cab, walking into the hotel. I was just walking down the street while he was walking into the hotel. I said, "Michael Irvin, what's up?" He stopped for a minute, chopped it up, and then went into the hotel. I was with another friend, and they was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "That's one of the greatest wide receivers in the history of the NFL. That's who that is."
That part.
Yeah, but yeah, man, Dunbar. I'm sorry for all my Be More people. That was probably one of the greatest high schools, and that was probably one of the greatest high school squads to have 4 future NBA players.
That's right. Be more. Pack Alex out. It was all you.
But somebody said that, hey, there might be competition to the Centennial High School, Compton Centennial High School claim that I said of having the 3 greatest, the 3 most talented hip hop artists in DJ Quick, Kendrick Lamar, and Dr. Dre. And this is probably debatable, but there's a high school in Brooklyn, George Washington Career and Technical Education High School, that had Biggie, Busta Rhymes, and Jay-Z.
Okay, even though it's that 4 up against them 3, it's still debatable. But in numbers, they won. New York, they got that. But Biggie didn't have a long enough career, but he's a legend though.
Yeah, but it's 3. You just said 4?
New York got 4.
What do you mean, New York?
They said Jay-Z,
Busta.
Busta Rhymes, Biggie,
Oh, they
and
tried.
DMX.
Yeah, I double checked that. DMX didn't go there.
Oh, DMX didn't go there.
No, DMX ain't even from Brooklyn. He's from
Nah, you ain't got to be from Brooklyn to go to school in Brooklyn.
Well, you got to be somewhere. He grew up in Yonkers. Yonkers is nowhere near Brooklyn.
So he for sure didn't go there.
For
Or
sure.
you going based off he didn't grow up over there?
Well, he grew up in Yonkers and went to a whole different high school.
So he didn't go to school there for sure.
Unless he somehow lived with his auntie in Brooklyn for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. You going off he didn't live over there, or
I can't go by the comment. I looked it up, and the school that was on record that he attended was a school in Westchester County where he grew up.
okay.
Which made more sense to me. I'm like, damn, DMX ain't even.
Look, if they got all 4, then New York got it. But them 3, I still give it to Centennial.
I was gonna do a deep dive on all of their accolades and compare them. How many BET awards? How many Grammy awards? How many nominations?
Sheesh.
How many platinum
Kendrick
albums?
got that by itself.
Yeah, Kendrick. Well, yeah, but
Look at this past year, Kendrick blew past a lot of people.
yeah, when it comes to the Grammys, Dre has about 4 or 5. Kendrick has like 30. Unfortunately, DJ Quick doesn't have any. But Jay-Z has a gang of Grammys. Biggie doesn't have any. And Busta Rhymes has a bunch of Grammy nominations but never won. So when it comes to the category of the Grammys, the Compton Trio got it.
Bompton still got it.
But there's other things outside. I don't just look at Grammys. Grammys is very subjective. I mean, the first Grammy...
Record sales. Look at
record sales.
Record sales.
You got to look at all kind of categories.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say the first Grammy went to Wil Smith for Parents Just Don't Understand in 1987. And you mean to tell me that he was better than Rakim, Paid in Full? But the Grammys were looking for a certain type of rapper to give the first award to. You weren't going to give it to Rakim. You weren't going to give it to EPMD. They gave it to Wil Smith. And that's kind of how the Grammys has been, and especially in the early stages when it came to hip hop. Now it seems like they're going for the real hip hop. It seems like they're going for the real artists. They're nominating the artists that the streets listen to. But in the 80s and early 90s, man, it was weird what the Grammys were doing with hip hop. Because
I mean, it been complaints about the Grammys all the way into recent time now.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you're always going to complain about it, but imagine in '87 when you give the Grammy to Wil Smith for Parents Just Don't Understand. It's a okay song. It's a great family-friendly song, but it wasn't even in the top 10 of best songs in 1987 or 1986. I mean, LL Cool J was putting out way better songs in 1986 and 1987, but they gave it to Wil Smith. But that's cool. Wil Smith became a big movie star, and he passed a whole lot of people up. But George Westinghouse High School in Brooklyn, and another thing about these three brothers, they all attended this school at the same time.
Yeah, that's dope.
That is crazy.
They're the same class.
Well, no, I think Jay-Z's a couple years older. So when Jay-Z was a senior, because he was born in 1969, Busta Rhymes and Biggie, they were both born in 72. So that puts them 3 years behind Jay-Z. And in New York, the high schools are 4 years. So I guess Busta Rhymes and Jay-Z and Biggie were in their 9th grade when Jay-Z was in the 12th.
I hate to find that year, but
Oh, that's crazy. I wonder if they even knew each other back in high school. That's what I'd like to know.
yeah, Busta and what's called probably did.
Busta and Biggie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably not Jay-Z.
Yeah, you know, them seniors don't like messing with the 9th and the 10th graders, huh?
Right.
Okay. I don't know who's got paid the most money for an interview. That'd be an interesting question. I might look that up. But I don't know if getting your hand blown off can yield you $50,000 on a YouTube interview.
People need to stop. They need to stop listening to the wrong people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. Some he was ill advised. Like to even go searching for an interview for 50,000. That was dumb. You know what I'm saying?
And for those who don't know, we're talking about Faux Extra, who recently lost his hand on July 4th. I'm not even certain if he really did lose his hand. I noticed it was in a cast, and the cast looked like it had some extensions to it, like a finger extension. So he might have 1 or 2 fingers. We won't know until that cast comes off or until he does the interview.
But I came to make this video for all my supporters and all my fans, and to everybody that show love and gave support around this world. That's what I came to make this video for everybody around this world. On Vernon Avenue, I had to make this video for all the supporters and all my fans around the world. Off the back on the dead homies. Just for every real around the world and every real female around the world, and to all the little kids that show support around the world. On Vernon Avenue, off the back, I gotta show y'all support and give my respect to y'all. On the dead homies, I love y'all. That's off the back, off my back, off the back. Nigga, off the back, I ain't gonna stop saying it.
But on July 4th, he blew up an M80, lost something, and now that he's back. He wants $50,000.
Not gonna happen.
Adam's definitely not gonna pay that.
Not gonna happen.
Vlad would be an idiot if he would pay $50,000 for any interview. It's just you don't make that back. Even if you go,
Vlad, he already hit Vlad. Vlad said he didn't even bother to counter that.
you know how many views you'd have to get to even break even.
But what would make a person think that warrants 50,000 because of a lighter, a hand, and the M80? Like what? Like you have to really give me some tears, bro. I need a Gil King interview. I need this to be emotional, and I need you to express you feel for your homie that was injured also, and you want him to get back. I need to see another side. This interview will have to be very. Even then, 50,000 ain't gonna happen. But like, I don't get it.
Well, let me give you a list of some payments that went to interviews over the years. Tonya Harding, She was the ice skater that got into a little scuffle with her number one competition. Hired somebody to like break her leg so she couldn't compete in the Olympics against her because she was good. I think the other girl's name was Nancy Kerrigan. They all end up getting arrested. In 1994, Inside Edition paid $600,000 for a Tonya Harding interview.
Woo, 600,000.
600,000.
That's cold.
The National Enquirer offered $1 million to interview O.J. Simpson's friend, I guess A.C. Collins, before his trial, but it never happened. Jennifer Lopez and Mark Anthony earned $6 million for releasing pictures of their twin babies to People magazine.
Who did?
Jennifer Lopez and Mark Anthony, when they had their twins,
They earned that?
they got paid $6 million to give them the rights to post the photos in their magazine. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie got $4.1 million for their baby rights in 2006. So we talking about celebrities. And then Princess Diana, before she died in 1997, she got $1 million for an interview with the BBC.
We talking about A-listers.
Yeah. I remember also, remember the Octomom? I brought this up before. Octomom, Dr. Phil paid her 200 racks to come on the show. And he denied it, but he did it.
I mean, you think he made that back?
Oh, yeah, they make it back because the sponsors on those TV shows, they pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for those commercials to drop. And you'd have to have, like, you know, a Dr. Phil type show or, like, some of these other People magazine. When magazines were big, you know, there's half the magazines advertising. You know, you flip through the magazine, they're all paying, you know, 50 racks for a page spread in a magazine. So, yeah, they make it back.
Man, I used to be in jail. I used to read the magazines. I used to read everything in the magazine, even the advertisement. Like, when I had nothing else to read, I read everything, the advertisements, all the shit. It was crazy.
Yeah, I used to do that when I was a kid, just like be bored. Let me flip through the Sports Illustrated sports magazine and read everything. And then a lot of the ads are like, order such and such. If you want to order this or order that. I used to ask my pops, hey, I want to order this. And my pops used to be like,
Hell no.
hell no, what the fuck you talking about? You want to order that?
And then the hip-hop magazine, most of the ads be male enhancements. I noticed.
Yeah, I saved a bunch of old hip hop magazines from the 90s. I got all the old Source magazines. A lot of the ads were like clothing, like FUBU and clothes that aren't even hitting anymore. But 50,000 for a YouTube interview, it ain't gonna happen.
No.
It ain't gonna happen.
Man, who advising this dude, bro? And then, like, okay, I'm not even being, when I said what I said over there on No Jumper, I wasn't being funny. I'm like, I was just trying to, for clarity, I'm like, so Lupe is his manager, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, why? And not, because I don't talk about, like, the special people, but the girls, is she special? Like, she's not up to par. Like, she's delayed. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about Lupe?
Right.
Okay.
Bro, I can identify because my mom worked with them type of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, the girl's slow. So I'm like, why is she managing anybody? But I don't know who advised him that his interview would be worth 50,000. But you know what I mean? Shit. And then and another thing, you should have came to Adam fresh from the hospital and gave him the exclusive fresh out the hospital interview based on he gave you your shot. And on top of that, everybody at No Jumper could do content on their own except for him. I could go and do my own content. Lush could go do his own content. Young Ant Hefe could do his own content. Brick Baby, Free Brick, he could do his own content. He's not able to do that on his own, so he kind of like need the machine. You know what I mean? So I don't know why, you know. But some people they mistake a viral moment for other things. You know what I mean? People don't let future people doing content. Don't let going viral pump your head up and you think you bigger than what you are, and then you know what I'm saying, just use that viral moment and you know what I'm saying, and shit.
Well, he definitely thinks he's
Denzel Washington
bigger than
no,
Denzel.
for real. He think he Denzel. Like, I ain't gonna never get big headed like that.
Well, maybe someone will counter offer his 50,000 to something more reasonable.
Well, Vlad didn't. He said he didn't even bother.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only 3 platforms that I know that would pay in the thousands. That's No Jumper, Vlad, and Art of the Dialogue. Oh, and I think Sean Cotton from Say Cheese be dropping a few racks here and there.
Yeah, that's 4. Yep.
There's 4 platforms right there. We know that pay. I know he's paying Charleston White to come on there every other week because they do crazy numbers.
Oh yeah, they got a partnership for sure.
Yeah, they do crazy numbers.
I think that Say Cheese and Charleston White 1-2 combo is a better combo than Adam and Wack.
For sure. But I almost put Adam and Charleston White in the same category.
But I'm saying monetary wise.
Okay, monetary wise.
What's called got that, bro? I think Charleston got that.
Yeah, and Sean Cotton don't really have to do much. He's not even in the video. He's off camera asking the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Adam and Wack are having a back and forth conversation, which is more work for Adam. So yeah, you definitely Charleston White outperforms Wack easily.
Right.
Easily. Not that it matters to me because they're both clowns.
Right. Agreed. The Adam and Wack show, they talk about absolutely nothing.
But I enjoy listening to Adam and Wack more than I enjoy listening to Charleston White, only because sometimes Adam puts on the soft press.
Right.
And that is far more entertaining.
Right.
Can we talk about Aaron the Plumber?
What is it talking about? You've been talking about
okay.
him all damn week.
Was that already was the fact, okay, and how long into this Vlad interview that you have that's currently being rolled out do we have to wait before we get to the Aaron the Plumber thing? Is it like towards the end or something? I thought you guys were going to start with that.
Yeah, jump it up.
Well, I mean, I don't really. I talked to Aaron after that, and
describe his paperwork for us. And did
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, now you're trying to act like you don't care.
Oh, yeah,
That clip. Wait. I just had a realization. You told Vlad to take it out of the interview.
I didn't tell Vlad.
Oh, you so did. Because the first clip is them talking about Aaron the Plumber, so I'm 100% thinking that clip number 2 is going to be where they air out the paperwork.
When I asked Aaron the Plumber why he didn't go, he said he didn't have no clothes, he lost his clothes, so on and so forth, right? But I think what happened, he started letting people get in his head about what he shouldn't go do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you negotiated, he flew you out, that would have been a good look for you. These other people, they probably never got an invite to Vlad.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So he like, Wack, Cass kept telling me I shouldn't do it. I said,
the truth comes out.
You shouldn't have listened to it. He said, you know, he lost his clothes, so he didn't have his clothes. He upset. He said he couple grand of clothes in his bag or whatever. And I think the nigga was just frustrated, and he might have been by himself.
So you told Vlad not to put that clip out.
Put what clip out?
The clip of you guys talking about Aaron the Plumber's paperwork, which I already know that you talked about on that episode.
Yeah, Adam don't let Wack slide on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get at Adam.
He's been doing that a lot more lately.
Nah, you just starting to notice it, bro. I've been pointing it out. Well, I pointed it out a couple months ago, and you didn't really pay me no attention. You know.
But they've been doing this show for about 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think in the first 6 months, Adam was putting the soft press on him.
But like Adam said, he tired of the old same truck driving story, the Al Bundy shit. You hear me?
Did you hear the one where Adam was going through the comments and he was like, "Hey, Wack, people ain't believing you no more.
Lie.
They're calling you a liar."
Lie.
We're just going to look at random comments. I haven't. Okay. I'm going to read these. If Wack talking, he lying. That's simple.
But what I'm lying about? You got to tell me that.
I'm not going to
You
acknowledge
should
this
have
one.
that call in. Like, listen, we should do a call in what I'm lying about.
Okay.
Every time they tell me I'm lying about something, I show them the shit.
I'm going to ignore all the ones about me.
Right,
I woke up quick at about noon, just thought that Wack had to be lying soon.
Hey, what am I lying about?
Let's see how many times the Wack turns the focus on him and mentions his girlfriend.
Bro, they can listen.
I'm 30 seconds in and Wack lying.
What I was lying
It
about?
just feels like there's been a little bit of a shift in public opinion where they all think you're a liar. Like so many of these comments are about that. Now, granted, a lot of the comments are about me saying that I'm basically like deflecting and not taking responsibility for what happened between Unc and 4Extra, which is obviously not true. But I think a lot of the comments about you have some validity.
What? You said I'm lying about what?
Wack is so biased. You don't even be saying none because he rides so hard for his side, which is great. But when you're on a podcast, it's kind of lame.
What side are they talking about?
Wack got an F in the Bloods report card. I did see that. I wasn't going to bring that up.
I'm glad. LAPD, gang unit, please pay attention to that F on the blood report card.
That just means you're a bad blood. Doesn't mean you're not blood.
That was done by a non-gang member.
Okay.
So fuck out of here. Whoever did that report card, I guarantee if they were standing in front of me, I'll slap the shit out of him and he wouldn't do nothing.
Wack's kryptonite is telling the truth.
Wax what?
I find it interesting that so many people think you're lying.
Yeah, you know why?
8 minutes in,
Listen,
Wack has told 8 lies already. This fool literally tells a lie a minute.
Lie, and it is, bro. It's clear, bro. And since Loose Cannon's in jail, Loose Cannon is still leading the race on biggest liar in the content creation realm, but Wack is catching up.
Well, what's insane about Fake Cannon, Termaine Mills, he outperformed Wack on their individual YouTube channels. He outperformed Wack.
Can't jump without Jordan, huh?
And let me just tell you right now, Wack has been putting out some content for the last 2 weeks. Half of that content, he is buying views. And you can tell. It's obvious because the engagement is not matching. He'll have a video that has 50,000 views and it's got 40 comments. Maybe a lot of people who watch YouTube aren't paying attention to the engagement. They're not looking at the comments. They're not looking at the number of likes, the number of comments, and the number of views. On his channel, it ain't matching up. And maybe I'll do something on that. Or when we do our thing on the Pampers, we have to do our thing on the Pampers. We'll point that out.
Coming soon.
Yeah, he did. I'll give you one example before we move on to talking about Blueface. He did a video with Snoopy BadAzz, like a StreamYard, split screen. It got 41 or 42,000 views in the first hour, and I was like, okay, if this gets 40,000 views in the first hour, this is gonna have 100,000 views. It doesn't just stop at that point,
right?
But the video just ended up. Here we are, 2-3 weeks later. It got 44,000 views. So it got 90% of its views in the first hour, which is insane.
Nobody's checking for Snoopy BadAzz, bro.
Yeah.
Like if it was him and Jason Lee and they was talking about some Diddy updates and Jason Lee had some exclusive information, I could believe that it do that many numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but no, if listening to Snoopy BadAzz, you're in the same thing. They're hating on me. StreetTV, Munchie B and Alex Alonso. That rap BITCH Tonya, Munchie won't sit down with me. He's scared. It's the same thing. Who cares, bro?
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. You ain't sitting down with bro ever.
Oh no, man! Come on, brother. Hey, look. All right, and I'm gonna put this out there, bro. No Jumper is not the place to meet up and do any rah anything, bro. I don't want any smoke at No Jumper, bro. None. I mean, if y'all supposed to be gang members or street people, y'all could contact the necessary people and people could get a mutual spot or whatever, like thumb wrestle, talk, or whatever. Why go right there if y'all say the feds is watching there? It's a federal building, all this extra stuff, and then y'all want to go there and be rah-rah. I don't understand.
I do think that something can happen up there, though.
No, it's possible, highly possible.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, why did this man want to let's sit down and face me? Man, come on, bro. No, that ain't what we doing.
And just for the record, StreetTV has never been mentioned in any federal indictment ever, but multiple platforms. Vlad TV has been mentioned in a federal indictment. It was also mentioned in the Keefe D's bail hearing. Adams' platform has been mentioned in this most recent federal indictment with Big U. And even Kev Mack. Kev Mack's platform was mentioned in Lil Doc Done's federal indictment. StreetTV has never been mentioned in a federal indictment and hopefully never will be.
I'm from Inglewood, so I'm going to knock on wood.
You know, and one of the reasons why, let me tell you why. It's not an accident or a coincidence that I've never been mentioned. It's because I look at an interview after I shoot it, and I say to myself, I'm not putting that out. I'm gonna edit this out. I'm chopping this up, because I don't put the whole interview out in many instances, because I know that the feds are watching. I know the police are watching, and I know certain things that certain people say, even though that's their responsibility, Munchie. They're grown men that say the things they want to say. I still review it and say, that's a little too much.
Right.
And I did that. I did that once with Big Stretch from Fruittown Brim. Bro hit me up. It was 6 months after the interview. Bro hit me up. And
that interview still struck nerves.
Yeah, bro hit me up six months later. Said, "Hey, Alex, why you ain't put that out?" I said, "Bro, you was smoking a blunt." This is exactly what I told him. I said, "You was smoking a blunt. You was feeling yourself, and I really don't think you want that out there." He was like, "Nah, I want that out there."
Man, Big Stretch standing on business,
and
bro.
Then I told Big Stretch, I said, "You need to come over here, watch it, and then sign off on this, because once you watch it, you might not want to see it." So he came over. He didn't even want to sit down. He's standing the whole time watching it on the monitor. As soon as it's over, he said, "Post it."
Hey, nah, Big Stretch standing on what he talking about.
Yeah, so
you gotta respect it.
Hey, but that was an example of me trying to protect Big Stretch, because I thought it was too much information. You don't really talk about prison politics on these interviews. He felt like he wanted to. Hey, he's been to a level 4 prison. He's done time. If anyone's gonna speak on it, he is one that can speak on it. And once he came over 6 months later, signed off, and then said post it, I was like, all right. And it still struck a nerve, as you said.
Shout out Big Stretch, though. I respect that he stand on business and what he talking about.
I got so many calls on that.
But see, hold on. See, how many people hit you back and say, "Hey, could you edit this out?"
Man, Lil Stretch from Fruittown Brim hit me up and asked me to take it down.
Hey, Lil Stretch, you listen, bro. If Big Stretch knew that you had hit him and said that, he would have got on your bumper.
Well, I think I told everybody what happened. When Lil Stretch called me on the phone, I was like, "Look, if Big Stretch don't want it,
you can't make that decision for your big homie."
Yeah, this is what I said. I said, let's call Big Stretch right now on a 3-way.
He didn't want to do it.
He said, no, never mind. Because he gonna say keep it up. I was like, well, then how do I look taking something down that Big Stretch wants up because you said you want it down?
Right.
And I don't know if Big Stretch even knows how much heat I had to take for that interview. But, people want to blame me. Don't blame me. Blame the person that said it. So, but ultimately, there's a lot of stuff I have on my hard drives that have never been posted. I do believe some of the things that some people said could get them in trouble, could get them investigated, could possibly end up in an indictment. And I'm proud to say, so far, I've never been in an indictment, and that's because of the work I do when I'm editing.
Although, you do got one regret. You share with me.
Oh, you're talking about, let me see if I remember this one. Another Fruittown Brim. G Active.
My boy.
One thing that I never do again is allow people to show weapons on camera. That interview was done almost 20 years ago.
And he was being himself, though.
Yeah, he
was. That's him.
Yeah.
You know how people do it for the cameras? No, G Active, no. That's my boy.
I shot that in 2007. He ended up going to jail for a domestic violence case and for another shooting. I mean, he had a lot of stuff that he was fighting and facing. I don't think the interview did any damage to the charges that he ended up facing after.
I hardly doubt that came up in this case or whatever.
But yeah, that's how many times people. I got a video I did in the Millers back in like 2009 or 10. They showing me rifles. They pulling out all kind of guns. It never made it to YouTube after that.
I wonder was that little bitch over there
from Miller?
Yeah, GB.
Oh man, was GB there? I don't know, but it was
that little broad ass.
It was. You know what? No one has ever seen that interview. I told what's his name.
Go look back at the footage. He might be somewhere in there though.
He was around in like 2009.
Yeah, I believe he been for Millers. He talk like it. You know what I mean? If he ain't, he a late bloomer. I believe he was around.
I told
I don't know that Buster from the streets. I don't know him.
I told dude from Miller I was gonna post that. He's always with RJ.
Oh, no good. Low no.
Baby, he goes by Baby Nosta, or
What's
no,
Lil No?
he just goes by No. Yeah,
Yeah, low no.
I got Lil No. 2008 maybe. It's never been seen. The reason why I never posted it was because it was for an A&E project that I was working on back then, and I thought it was gonna be a real show that ended up never airing. I was so upset.
Shout out Nosta, man. He be moving around with RJ and he doing his own rap thing.
Yeah, I got a dope interview with Nosta and his friend J Rock, and then a whole bunch of other Millers that were in the background. And I didn't even know these dudes. You know, this is the way I used to do interviews back then. I drive around different hoods. I was going down 120th where the apartments was at in the Millers. I saw about 5-6 Millers post. I knew they was from Miller. And I just pulled over, jumped out the car, went up to them, had a conversation. I said, hey, I got a camera in my car. This is crazy, but this is the way I used to do it. I was like, hey, I got a camera in my car. I'd love to interview you brothers, for a project I'm working on. And they was with it. They were just like, oh, yeah, for sure. Most of the time, it don't work. That shit don't work. But that day, it worked. And I got a great interview with them.
Shout out to Eastside Millers.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think they posted up at in them apartments anymore.
With the Village?
It was called, I forget the Village. It's another name to it. But
Village.
The Villas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think they be posted up there anymore, but this was 20 years ago. But yeah, I regret showing G Active with that pistol. I didn't even know he had a pistol on him at the time.
He whipped that thing out.
Yeah, he whipped it out. I think there's a part where I say, hey, be careful without pointing it to me. Talk about it. Just don't point it at me.
Yeah. Free him, man. That's my boy.
Yeah, and I was on this YouTuber's head a couple years ago because all he did was interview brothers showing guns, and I was like, this is not a good look. Why do you do this? And his thing was, well, they want to show it, so I'm gonna show it. And he would get like 150,000 views per video. I don't know if you remember the Miko Worldwide dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he did. Like he showed dope, pounds of drugs, guns. And I'm like, why are they showing this dude all of this stuff? Don't they know they're going to jail?
Yeah, that ain't his fault. They ain't his fault at all though. That's the dudes getting interviewed.
That ain't his fault at all. But if people start to get indicted, you're gonna get criticized for it.
That's them dudes, bro. Why y'all whipping out drugs and guns?
Yeah, well, he got a lot of views off of that, and then eventually he fell off. All right, Blueface, man, he just posted some photos to his Instagram page, and they kind of look, I don't know, what's the best way to describe how they look? They don't look favorable. How about that? They don't look too favorable. And I don't know who's doing his Instagram page, but again, back to I wouldn't show the guns, I wouldn't show the dope. I would have said, Blueface, I don't feel comfortable about showing these photos of you. I don't think it's a good look.
Elaborate. I mean, what's wrong?
Okay, well, one of the pictures, he's got his arms crossed, and he's standing next to another brother who's got a very smirk. I want to say he's got a little bit of feminine energy, and it's not the type of picture I want to take with another dude. In fact, I wouldn't say he's low-key smiling in the photo, and in all the times I've looked at prison photos, oh, man, I don't think I've ever seen a dude smile in a prison photo.
So this the first time you ever seen the dude taking a prison flick cheesing?
Well, he's not cheesing, but he's got like a smirk. A smile. Like you can't see his teeth. He's got like a happy smirk. Like I'm standing with Blueface. Like, yeah, I'm here with Blueface. And Blueface is mean mugging in the picture, with his lokes on. So that I don't know. That wasn't a good look. And then there's another picture. He posted 4 of them, or his folks posted 4 of them. And then there's another picture where the pose just looks funny. He's got on I guess the light blue jailhouse shirt, and he's got his arms crossed, and he's got his head tilted and he's kind of looking at the camera sideways. It's just a weird pose. It's just a weird pose and a weird look.
So that sounded like it was one of them off guard photos.
Nah, it looked like he posed for this shit, and it's just funny. And let me see. I got an article here. I'm gonna read some of the comments under Blueface's.
The article or the comments?
I'm gonna read the comments, but before we read the comments, I got an article here. I got an article here from allhiphop.com, and it says Blueface gets roasted online after posting shocking prison pics. That's the title. Isn't that a crazy title to an article?
Shocking.
Okay,
You
so
would have thought he did more than take a bad picture. This shit's shocking.
let me see what London Jen, the writer for this article, wrote. Blueface stirred up Instagram with new prison photos as rumors of his release grow after more than 18 months behind bars. Blueface dropped new photos from behind the bars at Lancaster State Prison on Saturday, and the internet had plenty to say, especially about his face tattoos. Let's see here. The rapper's latest prison snapshots posted on Instagram quickly lit up the comments section with disbelief, jokes, and confusions. One user wrote, "Ninja, look like a school desk." What does that mean?
I don't know.
Another asked, "Why would he do that to his face?" While a third chimed in, "He definitely be coming home to Krishan. I'm sure she'll be the only one who'd find this attractive now."
Oh, look like a school desk because school desk got graffiti on it.
Oh, okay. The scribble scrabble.
Right.
Okay, and then they posted some screenshots. Wish he never did them tattoos on his face. He definitely be coming home to Chris Ann. Okay, the photos come as speculation swirls around his potential release. Earlier this month, his father shared an update. It's been a long road. With good behavior, he's coming home next month about 35 pounds heavier. Yeah, you can definitely see the weight that he put on. His mother already started planning a coming home party in anticipation. And let's see here. I'm scrolling through this article. At one point, Blueface Krishan evicted from the... Okay, they're giving us a background. But nothing about, in this article, nothing about the feminine energy coming off in some of the pictures. But I got a couple of other comments that the article didn't tap in with. Let me pull up some comments real quick.
Blueface mama sexy.
Okay, well, there's three major critiques that Blueface is receiving. One is the scribble scrabble tattoos on his face, the 35 pounds he put on, and the, I guess, feminine energy coming off in some of the pictures. One person wrote, "The tats just make him look dirty. I'm mad because I finally able to see his finest right before he went in." That's from a girl named Open Book with CC. Another person wrote, "What happened to him in there?" with a sad face emoji. That's from another female named Rio Freeman. The Nenjay87 wrote, "Eating them carbs and high sodium canned processed food. He need to be doing more calisthenics in there so he don't retain the water around his face. Other than that, get out ASAP. I don't wish this on anyone." And he must be eating a lot of them prison prison spreads.
Like I say, he ain't doing no working out. I know somebody that worked in Lancaster prison on that same yard, and he say, her words verbatim, he's a dirtbag. He don't come out his cell, and he's a spice head. So I ain't here working out. He's like,
no, he definitely don't look like he's working out. Someone wrote here, "Why you mess up your face like that?"
What is the scribble scrabble? What's written on his face? What is it?
I think he put a YSL Yves Saint Laurent logo, which
Okay.
is that's for schoolyard, right?
Right.
What's the L for though? I don't think the L really.
Schoolyard life.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, someone wrote here, "Did he really tattoo YSL and recycling sign on his forehead and a baseball logo on his cheek?" Yeah.
Recycling. What the hell is the recycling sign about?
I don't know why he did that, but it's like the triangle. the triangle that lets you know that this
And
is.
it's all the arrows.
Yeah, and the arrows.
Well, what the hell is that about?
I don't know. And then he got the Major League Baseball logo.
I get that because like we play ball,
Yeah.
but
Someone wrote here, I just know he's getting his meat slobbed on by a whole man in there. That's from Justin 6678.
damn, Justin, that's how you doing?
Let's see. Let's read one or two more of these. Diddy would love you for real, for real. That's from ex Morenita.
Man, free Diddy, man. Don't do Diddy like that, man. He over that.
All right, here's the last one I'm reading. Now, why the guy with him in the pigtails got to lean like that for a pose for camera? He made the whole post look like a couple shoot. That's from Kelly WC78. All right.
He getting shot on, man. I wonder what the boy Kaz Young got to say about all this.
Oh, that's his boy, man, Blueface.
I wonder what Kaz Jones, because he comes to his defense a lot. I want to hear what Kaz Jones got to say.
You know, he gonna spin it any kind of way he can. I mean, it ain't really that bad, you know. You put on some weight in prison because you eating them high sodium diets. You're not working out. You smoking spice all day long. The picture looked a little feminine, but he could just say, "Hey, that was dude. That wasn't me. That was dude next to me."
Well, I'm gonna say this: he's somewhere. He's on the yard that Wack won't go and can't go, and that's that.
Imagine that. Imagine if he had to hit the yard.
All you could do is imagine it because it won't happen. Wack cannot walk the main line.
Well, let me say this. It's been 6 months and 2 weeks since the no jumper beating, and I firmly believe the feds are investigating it, and I firmly believe that they might find some sort of weird charge to attach Wack to. And if that's the case, bro will be sitting right in the MDC with Big U.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
He'll be sitting right in MDC with Big U.
I think they would have been
No, if it was a state case, I was saying,
because old boy's suing. What's his name? Jay Reed.
yeah.
He's suing for sure. So maybe they want to wait till after the lawsuit, then do it like they did Cassie.
Well, I think what happened was Burbank was investigating, doing what they do, and the feds came in and said, "Hey, we're going to take this over. But in addition to charging them for the beating, we're going to do a deep dive on all 5 or 6 of these dudes because they're not just going to hit them.
So.
That's what they did with the Big U shit.
Yeah, Big U shit different. Big U is a fear factor and is a staple, and been that for years. This dude is a loser, and he was just supervising the ass beating.
But what about all the 6 or 7 other people that got indicted with Big U? You know, they went deep dive on all of them and hit them with all kind of charges, minor charges.
I don't think it's not a good comparison compared to the to Weenie 100.
So you don't think that he would be implicated in this indictment by the feds?
The no jumper whipping?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think.
Everyone says
He they friend, bro.
Well, that's if you believe that all friends of the police can't go to jail. Look at Whitey Bulger. Whitey Bulger was one of the biggest informants, and he ended up going to prison.
Thing is, when they done with you, they come get you. They not done with Wack. Wack is still cooperating and corroborating still.
Well,
He's still on the internet giving hints, and they want him free to do that.
well, the feds usually take a year, 2 years to do their investigation. So
The feds is waiting on him to bait Munchie B in, so Munchie B could pop up 100 deep at No Jumper with his homies, and they got guns, and Wack, and as soon as we pull out the parking lot, we get swarmed, and everybody, they want Wack to do they work. He gotta be free. What do you mean? That's they leading agent.
yeah, but what else is he?
Wack might get a bonus next month.
But at this point, everybody knows Wack's game. So you got to be dumb to even.
Yeah, if you bite,
Yeah, you got to.
some people go bite. I'm telling you, Wack not done yet. There's still some people that want to prove to Wack that they tough, and Wack's gonna get him. It's gonna be entrapment.
Well, because of the no jumper beating turning federal, it's gonna take. They're not gonna indict anytime soon. They're gonna probably do their. It's gonna take at least a year for their whole investigation, and I'm telling you, they're gonna get everybody in that parking lot. They're gonna get everybody in that parking lot. At least 5, 6 people.
Wack gonna be all right. He gonna be in Vegas rubbing R&B booty,
All right.
laying on his stomach naked.
I wanted to talk about this execution in Florida, man, because here in California, we don't really deal with executions, even though we do. We live in an execution state. We live in a state that supports the death penalty but doesn't implement it. I've been hearing a lot of people still messing up them words, Munchie.
Me too.
Implement. The state of California does not implement the death penalty because the governor, what's his name?
Newsom.
Governor Newsom. Governor Newsom is anti-death penalty, so you'll never get an execution under his watch. But the state of Florida is like Texas. Texas and Florida probably has the record for executions, and they're probably going to execute, or probably already have executed, a brother named Michael Bell. He is the 8th person to be executed this year alone. Basically, they're averaging one a month at this point. We're only in July, and they got a 9th one that's going to be executed before the end of the month. So 9 executions in 7 months.
The state of Florida is killing more than the Bloods and Crips.
And let me see here.
It's crazy.
I got a story here. I got a quick little clip on what's going on with, let's see here, Michael Bell. Here we go.
The state of Florida is set to execute Duval County inmate Michael Bernard Bell. Bell was sentenced to death for shooting and killing 2 people outside of a Moncrief bar. Prosecutors called it a revenge killing.
If Bell's execution is carried out, he'll become the 8th inmate put to death in Florida this year. News4JAX anchor Ashley Harding takes a closer look at capital punishment and new changes we're seeing in Florida.
Michael Bell is set to die Tuesday for the 1993 murder of 2 people outside the Moncrief Liquors and Lounge. Prosecutors said he used an AK-47 in the attack.
Gunman fired round after round into this car where Tamika Smith was sitting with 23-year-old Jimmy West.
This is video from our News4JAX archives of that case. If Bell's execution goes on as planned, his death would match records set in 1984 and 2014. Governor Ron DeSantis has been signing death warrants at a faster rate than previous years.
I commend Governor DeSantis for doing that. It's about time, quite frankly.
Veteran prosecutor Bernie De La Rianda has handled dozens of death penalty cases. He points to the many years of appeals and delays, but says in his career, victims' families have overwhelmingly been in support.
They just want justice. Some of it is probably retribution, but quite frankly, most of it is because they have suffered and they continue to suffer. And some of their arguments are from victims' family is, why does this guy deserve to live? And why do we have to pay for him to stay there?
We can't have a death penalty without a lengthy appeals process, especially in a state like Florida where we get it wrong so much.
I also talked to Maria DeLiberato with Floridians for Alternatives to the Death Penalty. She, too, is an attorney, and her group has protested executions for years.
In the Sunshine State, lethal injection is the primary method for execution. But House Bill 903, which took effect earlier in July, calls for the expansion of the methods to include anything not deemed unconstitutional. Maria DeLiberato tells me she has concerns.
So that could certainly open the door for Florida to execute via nitrogen gas, via firing squad, hanging, beheading. I mean, really, the possibilities are endless.
DeLiberato also points to stats which say 30 death row inmates have been exonerated and released in Florida since 1973. I asked De La Rianda about this, who points to the advancements in science and technology, proving guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
I think that argument is not a valid one overall, but I'm happy to argue with a particular case. And if there's a case that the person's innocent, then he should be let out. But this fear that, no, somebody is innocent, I don't think that's realistic.
All right. Bro is talking like a prosecutor over there.
So imagine like having a conversation like, yeah, I'm supposed to die Tuesday. That's crazy.
Yeah. And, that's where the serial killer, Ted Bundy, he went to Florida deliberately. He's not a Floridian. He was killing people, I think, in Colorado or some other state. and he went to a death penalty state and started doing the same thing, and eventually, I think Ted Bundy got executed in Florida. But yeah, Michael Bell committed a double homicide back in 1993, and it's taken all this time to do it. Hey, if we had a governor like Governor DeSantis in California.
That's a broad. Rhonda?
What's that?
Her name is Rhonda DeSantis?
No, Governor DeSantis. That's a guy.
No, the first name is Rhonda.
No, Governor DeSantis' first name. No, this guy's always on. He's a Trump.
What's his first name?
I don't. Let me see. I'll get it.
Man, I heard Rhonda, bro. Rhonda DeSantis.
No, there was a lot of similar sounding names in that story. Ron.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ron.
He's a Trump guy.
I'm about to say Rhonda cold, bro. Who's f***ing her? I was like, it's a woman that cold?
Look, if California had a governor like DeSantis, Lil Fee would have been executed already.
Well, some people that prefer to go on death row because you get more shots at an appeal, and then you got them people that come and want to work on your case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you get a certain number of appeals and then they're exhausted. It's over.
Yeah.
Like Lil Fee has no more appeals. Neither does I think Ace Capone from VNG. He would have been executed if we had a governor like DeSantis. Also, the two brothers from Raymond Avenue.
Tretch, another dude.
That's Michael Champion, and I think it's Tretch and Evil.
Yeah.
They would have been executed. We would have had at least, in the last 20 years, 10 executions of people from LA's streets.
Walk them home big time.
But fortunately, we do not have a governor like DeSantis.
Unfortunately?
I said fortunately, we don't.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's
no. I'm anti
accident.
No, I'm anti-death penalty. I'm surprised when it went up it was on the ballot about 6-7 years ago. It won. They were going to abolish the death penalty here in California. So that lets you know California is not as liberal as a lot of people think it is. Californians voted for the death penalty, so it's not as liberal. And last thing I wanted to mention, there was a 15-year-old gang member got shot and killed on Rimpaw in Washington the other day. And I thought about a lot of 14 and 15-year-olds that I lost over the years. And it made me think about Don Don. Don Don was only 14 when he got killed in 1987. And that was one of my boys. That was a close friend of mine. Don Don is the first person in my age that was murdered that I knew. Before that, I didn't know anybody that was murdered that was like close to me. And Don Don was only like 14 or 15. I think it was 14. And that let me know it's real out here in LA when Don Don got smoked. And I'm sure you know a handful of teenagers that lost their lives early in the game.
G. Roach from Avenue Pyro died as a teenager. I was in Juvenile Hall, didn't get to make it to that funeral. Hershey B. He from Weirdos. He died in the Bottoms. He got murdered. Tiny Smiley, me and him, he from the hood. We got the same exact birthday. He died as a teenager. Kenny B. He was killed when I was still in camp. I didn't get to make it to his shit. It's quite a few. John, you know what I mean? John was walking down Crenshaw and got murdered. All teenagers. So, yeah, I got quite a few friends that didn't get to grow up.
Yeah, man, that's the unfortunate part of the streets of LA, and just like any other city in the country, I'm appreciative that it doesn't happen as often as it used to. But hey, this story right here that I'm about to read, it shows us that it still happens. This one's titled 15-year-old killed in LA gang shooting. A 15-year-old boy was shot to death in a gang-related attack in Los Angeles, authorities say. A 15-year-old boy was shot to death in a gang-related attack on Sunday. The boy was with a group of people in the area of Washington and Rimpaw when two suspects walked up to them at 10:45 p.m. LAPD Media Relations says the verbal dispute escalated into a shooting when one of the suspects fired at the boy. Both suspects fled the scene, but police had no description of their vehicle. And that's it. 15-year-old boy. It sounds like everybody knew each other. If you're arguing, and then somebody pulls out a strap, then something escalated.
Use words before, because if you're just an op and y'all know each other, there's really no talking.
Yeah.
Go walk up, bang on them, and bust.
Yeah, so I don't know how they put in the game. This is crazy. There's no suspects. There's no vehicle description. They don't know anything about it, but they're calling it a gang-related attack. I guess maybe the surviving witnesses must have told the police everything.
Right.
So
had to.
Yeah.
It sound like they ain't got nothing to go off.
Yeah, if you got nothing to go off, how do you call it a gang-related attack? But I guess whoever survived it.
Honestly, that's just what they do anyway.
Yeah.
You know, everything gang-related to them.
Now, I've heard a lot of conservative people say, well, Alex Alonso, it's 10:45 p.m. It's almost 11. What's this 15-year-old boy doing in the streets in the first place? Where's his parents at? You ever heard that argument?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, what day of the week is it though?
This was it said, I think it was a Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, I guess.
Yeah, and that's why I was always hard on my boys, because I already know, between 10 and 2, it goes down. It can go, and let me just say, it can go down at any hour of the day. We know that.
Right.
But when you look at all of the homicides over the course of several years, that 10 to 2 a.m. period is where a lot of them happen. And this one was 10:45 p.m. It says Saturday, 10:45 Saturday.
That's more reason to be outside at that time. He could have been coming from a party or whatever.
Yeah.
But rest in peace to him. We ain't got a name in them, but rest in peace to him.
All right, and lastly, man, you got some new content out. We were just watching the premiere of it. It's doing real good. You're getting some good feedback. You got some good engagement on it.
Yeah, everybody tap in to Munchie B, the mayor YouTube channel. I just did surgery on Wack 100 once again. You know what I mean? That dude he go shut up and stop with the blasphemy and slander, untrue content he doing on me, Alex Alonso, and others.
Yeah, man, I didn't know I worked for the assistant district attorneys. He likes to bring that up a lot. That's funny.
I didn't know you snitched on 3 people either.
Oh yeah, that was I snitched on 3. I went to prison, told on 3 people,
right?
Then got out and started working for the DA's office. Like really, people? Does this even sound logical? And plus, I've never been to prison, so it's just an illogical. This guy is illogical.
And I publicly talked about the way I went about how I got shot. It was car-to-car action. Got shot one time and then knocked my lights out. But all of a sudden, he got the story where they hopped out the bushes on me in front of my house and shot me up. I don't know. The dude, I just think he need to go into stage plays, writing stage plays or producing Tubi movies or writing, because he got a wild imagination, man. The dude's a cold liar, man, but whatever, you know.
Okay, so the your latest video is called Baby Braids Cut King Pill Off for Hanging Around Munchie B and Wack 100 Still a
Reject Pyro.
Reject Pyro. That's a very, very long title.
Yeah.
But hey.
I had to fit it all in there, man.
Yeah. All right, anything else before we wrap up?
Everybody go subscribe, Munchie B the Mayor YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting up there. Help me reach 50, man. I'm at 30 and some change. Help me reach 50K, man. I'm just trying to get up there. You know what I'm saying?
50K subscribers. Hey, help me get up to 600,000 subscribers. I think I just hit 5.25 or 524. Yeah, get me up to 600. Alex Alonso 101. All social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, iHeart, and Apple. If you're listening to us on the audio devices, leave us a comment and a review. In fact, you could leave us a question, or you could leave us a fact check if you're listening to us on Apple Music, and I will read those on the next episode. We out.